Okay, so there was a UN Human Rights Commission, like fact-finding team, investigation team that started an investigation years ago, and after like October 7th, they started actually working. And this UN-backed commission, which has had like actual investigative power, it wasn't just like a random group of people just saying random shit. They actually did like an investigation, you know, based on like their interpretation of the law and stuff. And they have come to the conclusion that Israel has committed war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza since October 7th. That's really obvious, right? The thing in this report that is different and new is one that it's sort of like a higher level of a report. It's an investigative report, which means that it can be cited, for example, in court, like the ICJ will probably consider this report to be of a better weight than other ones. And the report found in no uncertain terms that Israel has committed the crime against humanity of extermination against Palestinians. So what extermination is basically genocide that's easier to prove. For all intents and purposes, it is practically equal to genocide. It's like saying, so you've intentionally killed all of these people, but it doesn't particularly matter what the motivation was. Whereas with genocide, you need to like meticulously prove that it was motivated by like the ethnicity or the nationality or whatever of the group. With extermination, it's enough that you just like killed a ton of them. And, you know, it basically carries like the same sentence, similar way to genocide, aside from like the ridiculous, nonsensical cultural capital that the term genocide has. Like as a crime, it's practically identical in terms of severity. Like, you know, the punishment would be the same. It's not really that much of a difference. And the acts described are basically similar. The only difference in genocide is the motive. So what they're saying here is that Israel has in no uncertain terms intentionally targeted massive amounts of Palestinians for killing. Palestinian civilians as well. It has to be with extermination. So this is like the biggest, like most important sort of legal assessment yet of what has been done. It's the sort of thing that is going to be like the basis of the evidence in future genocide cases, against Israel and in the cases against Israel for other crimes as well. And of course, the Israelis are not very happy about this. I actually read the other day that Israel is considering leaving the UN because it's anti-Semitic and run by Hamas, which is true. I'm not going to deny it. As you know, as a Hamas member, we run the UN. What more is there to say about that? We run everything. Our tentacles are everywhere. So this report, as I said, is like the thing that carries the most legal weight against Israel so far. It's the sort of thing that like basically puts them into a corner in the ICJ case. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up like withdrawing from the ICJ case and not even trying to defend themselves by the time it gets to the stage where they actually determine whether it's genocide or not. Because like they're pretty much fucked unless the court gets paid off by like American bribes or something. The report also accused them of other things like gender persecution targeting men and boys, murder, forcible transfer, torture and inhumane and cruel treatment, and that all of this was the inevitable result of a strategy undertaken with the intent to cause maximum damage, disregarding the principles of destruction, proportionality, and adequate precautions. And that all of this was an intentional and direct attack on the civilian population. So, yeah, he's obviously not going to actually stop the genocide, but shit like this makes it harder and harder and harder for Israel and its disgusting, deplorable allies, disgusting snake cockroach-like allies, to keep denying what's happening and to keep defending Israel, to help to stop it from being isolated as it deserves to be. The dismantling of the Israeli state must come soon. Its days are numbered. It's just a question of how many more people will it be allowed to murder and rape before its final end is achieved for the good of all the people of the world. I can't wait to wear my finest suit on the day of Israel finally being abolished. I'm saving it for that one day. I will not wear it to my wedding. I will not wear it to my cousin's wedding. I won't even wear it to Caleb Maupin's wedding. It's being saved for one specific day, the abolition of Israel Day. Inshallah.